Do you know that you do not need to spend hours writing emails, Instagram captions, and wholesale promos every month? You can actually batch all of your marketing content in under an hour. No more blank docs, no more I'll just post later. Just swipe, tweak, and go. The Product Marketing Bank is your marketing shortcut. A done for you vault of high converting email copy, promo templates, sales strategies, and social media hooks. Custom built for wholesale brands. And yes, you'll even be shown exactly how to repurpose everything for your direct to consumer audience, saving you hours of time and energy. The Marketing Bank helps you show up with strategic seasonal content exactly when your retailers are planning their buys. If you're tired of Googling, what do I even say in this email? It's time to let the Product Marketing Bank do the heavy lifting for you. Join now at productmarketingbank.com. I want to sell like a woman who knows her product, her people, and her worth, and I want you to do the same. So that is what this series is all about. This is the sales advice that needs to go out the window. It needs to go by so we can sell differently and sell better. Hi, friends. Welcome to She Sells Differently, the show for aspiring women entrepreneurs looking to overcome the fear of selling and grow thriving businesses from a place of authenticity and confidence. I'm Andee Hart, and it wasn't all that long ago that I was a sales executive for a Fortune 500 company. But I knew in my heart that I was called to use my gifts for something more, something different. That's exactly why I created the She Sells Differently podcast. Each episode is going to deliver you business strategies, tools, and mindset shifts to help set you and your brand apart from our culture's expectations. It's time to elevate your sales and build a profitable, sustainable business you're proud of, one built on integrity, grace, and humility. It's time to learn how to sell differently. Welcome to the She Sells Differently podcast. My name is Andee Hart, and I am on a mission to help you overcome your fear of selling, because selling is the lifeblood of your business and your work is worth sharing. When you learn to sell with confidence and integrity, you stop spinning your wheels and start making real progress. In these next few episodes of the She Sells Differently podcast, I'm going to do a series called My Burn Book of Bad Sales Advice. And believe you me, I have heard my fair share of bad sales advice. This is the unapologetic podcast series where I'm going to call out all of the outdated, cringeworthy, flat out false sales advice that is holding your business back. So if you've ever been told to just post more, to sell more, just add a bonus, just manifest your next sale, then this is your permission slip to throw that advice out the window and let's build something better. In each of the next 4 episodes, I am going to break down the myths. I'm going to reframe mindsets and deliver clear, confidence-building strategies that actually work in today's sales landscape. So no bro marketing, no fluff, just bold, heart-led, value-aligned sales strategies. This is sales done differently. And here's the thing. I don't like to sell like the algorithm or like culture or like the next person says that I should. I want to sell like a woman who knows her product, her people, and her worth. And I want you to do the same. So that is what this series is all about. This is the sales advice that needs to go out the window. It needs to go by so we can sell differently and sell better. And this first episode is all about why slashing your prices isn't a sales strategy. You've probably been told that a quick discount will boost your sales, but what if that little 10% off code is actually killing your profits and your confidence? And by the end of this episode, I want you to stop panic discounting yourself out of profit and power. I'm going to say that again. I want you to stop panic discounting yourself out of profit and power. I want you to stick around because at the end of this episode, I'm going to share one promotional strategy that actually builds brand loyalty and drives sales without undercutting your value. So let's dive in because I want to start thinking about promotions like a pro and like the CEO that you are. I don't know about you, but for me, there are certain brands that I love to shop at and shop with, but I will never shop with them unless they are on sale. They've actually trained me that their regular prices are not normal. They've trained me that their sale pricing is normal. They have undercut their value. And that is the problem with offering promotions and slashing your pricing to boost your sales. You train your customers to buy on price instead of value. So here's my hot take. Discounting is not a strategy. Instead, it's actually a signal, and it's not always a good one. Here's what constant discounting will unintentionally communicate about your brand and your products. It communicates desperation, lack of value, and inconsistency. It communicates desperation in that it says that you need to move your product because no one is buying your product. It communicates lack of value in that your product isn't worth the full price. And it communicates inconsistency in that your customers will start to think that they should never buy your products at full price again. So I would offer an analogy. Discounts are actually kind of like duct tape. Duct tape is like a temporary fix. It's not a long-term solution. So if you're constantly taping over cracks in your business with discounts, something deeper needs addressing. The reality is that we think a promotion or a discount will cause a spike in sales or an uptick in revenue. But what it actually does is it might cause a short-term lift, but at what cost? You're conditioning your audience to wait, but it turns a customer into a maybe later. You may attract discount chasers instead of loyal brand believers. And so, as I like to say, you may be winning the battle, but you're losing the war. And when you are building a scalable and sustainable business, you have to think long term. So I want to help reframe your mindset. Stop using discounts to fix what strategy should be solving. Maybe you need to look at the gaps in your messaging, your product positioning, or your value before looking at your pricing and discounts. Maybe it's in your product descriptions. Maybe it's in your product images. But always look outside the box before you look at your pricing and discounts. Stop using discounts to fix what strategy should be solving. Now, that's not to say that you should never offer a discount or a promotion, but you should do it strategically. I'm going to give you some examples of some strategic promotions that actually convert. So how do you create value-based incentives? These could look like bundles, bundling your products together. And this way, it actually increases your average order volume. It could also look like releasing limited editions that drive scarcity and urgency with your customers. And maybe you offer early access for those limited editions for loyal customers that are on your email list. One of the things that I do with my own candle company, I love to follow other product brands. I join their email list and I see what kind of marketing they're doing, especially with email marketing, and how they promote their products, what kind of emails they're sending, what kind of social media content they're putting out there, and how they're using value-based incentives to capture my attention and get me to buy, how they're using urgency and exclusivity ethically, like maybe rewards for their VIP email list, like I mentioned earlier, and not necessarily site-wide sales, but rewarding those loyal customers. And they're building that trust equity by being consistent with their pricing. Another way that you can utilize strategic promotions is by practicing planned promotions versus panic promotions. So if you plan your promotions and your campaigns like a CEO, then this creates excitement. And trust me, from someone that has been guilty of panic promotions in the past, planned promotions always go over much better. So this could look like, yes, a Black Friday is a classic example of a planned promotion, but maybe you do a birthday promotion on your birthday every year and you offer a 21% off or something like that. But a planned promotion that is strategic in nature and your customers know to expect it, and it's not every single month, that is what drives loyal customers and trust equity with your brand. Here's something that I found interesting. According to a 2023 Shopify report, repeat customers spend 67% more than first-time buyers. So we should be rewarding them, not just the drive-by discount seekers with panic discounts. We should be rewarding our loyal repeat customers. So sales should reward loyalty. It should not attract strangers. And that is the mindset shift that you should have with strategic promotions. And that is how to use strategic promotions that convert. Sales should reward loyalty, not attract strangers. So just to recap how you can create strategic promotions that work and convert, you can create value-based incentives like bundles, limited editions, or early access for your email list. You can ethically use urgency and exclusivity. Maybe that is rewards for your email list and not necessarily site-wide sales. And then you can also practice planned promotions that you do every year on a certain date versus panic promotions and discounts. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at your last one or two sales campaigns. Did you discount out of panic or was it out of strategy? What did you teach your customers to expect from you from that campaign? This can be a real eye-opener because a lot of times we don't realize that we're guilty of this and exactly what we're training our customers to expect from this. I have absolutely been guilty of this. And so I teach out of experience. So audit your last couple of sales campaigns and really dig into them and see if you were discounting out of panic or strategy and exactly what you're teaching your customers to expect from you. Now, if you need help with your marketing, I just released the Product Marketing Bank, and it is specifically tailored for those product makers that wholesale. But the amazing thing about it is that I teach you exactly how to repurpose all of your content for your direct-to-consumer audience. And every month, I deliver a strategic marketing campaign to your inbox, and I also deliver some really cool bonuses for you as well each month. So you do not want to miss that. You can grab your first month for only $10 with the code in the show notes. So grab that code, get your first month for only $10, and you can experience the Product Marketing Bank and get your month's marketing for both your wholesale and your direct-to-consumer done in under an hour. And for only $10, that's less than the cost of your daily Starbucks run. So definitely worth it. I've had amazing feedback so far, and it is all about strategic marketing without the panic discounts and slashing your pricing just to increase your sales. So grab that link, grab your promotion for your discounted first month, and let me know what you think. Now, here's that promotional strategy that I promised. I hinted at it earlier in the episode, but instead of discounting, I want you to try this. I want you to create a loyalty first early access offer. And this will actually help build your brand loyalty and drive sales, and it will give your best customers early and exclusive access to something that is limited edition. So it builds demand, it makes them feel seen, and it boosts conversion without even touching your prices. So that, my friends, is how you protect your profit and your power. Try it. Your next product drop, try a limited edition product drop and offer early access without a discount to your most loyal customers and see how it goes. I'd love to hear if you tried any of these tips. Drop me a message. There is a link in the show notes. Drop me a message. Let me know how it goes. You can also message me on Instagram or Facebook. And I appreciate you tuning in. That is my hot take for this first episode in the series of my burn book of bad sales advice. So tune in next week because I am going to dive into pricing with confidence. And pricing is a huge topic with my clients. And so you're not going to want to miss that episode coming at you next week. Until then, I am cheering you on. All right, that's a wrap on today's episode of She Sells Differently. Friends, it would be a huge blessing to me if you would take 2 seconds to rate and subscribe to my podcast. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Until then, I'm cheering you on in your entrepreneurial journey. See you next time.